A commuter train crashed in a New Jersey train terminal this morning. We'll update you on the situation there just ahead.
Test scores are out. Why Fayette County School Superintendent Manning Clark says his new strategy should increase those test scores. A man charged with animal cruelty, accused of abandoning dozens of horses in Mercer County, took a plea deal today. We'll have details on that deal coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey.
And right now we're tracking a developing story this afternoon. More than 100 people are injured and at least 3 confirmed killed in a deadly train crash in New Jersey this morning.
Now, it happened about 8:30 this morning at a rail station in Hoboken, New Jersey. Witnesses say a commuter train did not stop, barreling right through barriers into the terminal. Jamie Yukas has the latest, and it's our top story at noon.
Witnesses say the commuter train slammed through a barrier into a wall at full force inside the rail station in Hoboken, New Jersey. At least 100 people were injured. The platform was packed with people waiting to commute into New York City. Kirby Fisher was sitting in the front car on the left side.
It just didn't stop. It was like a big crash, and then everything from the ceiling just fell in.
Officials say the station's roof partially collapsed on top of the train and debris littered the reception area. CBS Evening News executive producer Steve Kappas was at the scene.
There were scores of people here, many of them with bloodied shirts, clothing, head injuries. I saw one person with what appeared to be a broken leg.
Rescue crews climbed through crumpled train cars to reach passengers trapped under mangled metal and dangling wires. The injured passengers were taken to a parking lot that turned into a triage area. Federal investigators will try to figure out what happened here. They'll look at various factors, including the condition of the tracks and the speed of the train.
There was no warning, like everybody just stunned.
New Jersey Transit Service has been suspended at the Hoboken station indefinitely. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Hoboken, New Jersey.
The New Jersey Transit and PATH trains are scheduled to have technology installed that could have prevented this crash from happening. That's scheduled for 2018.
Other news this afternoon, a man accused of abandoning dozens of horses on a Mercer County farm has pleaded guilty to several charges today. Charles Burrell was facing 43 counts of animal cruelty. Today in court, he took an offered plea for 9 of the charges. All others were dropped. WKYT's Hillary Thornton was in court this morning and has these details, which are new at noon. Hillary?
Charles Burrell entering an Alford plea here inside of the Mercer County Courthouse. He is accused of neglecting dozens of horses, today pleading guilty to not even half of those charges.
Seeing him just being charged with 9 counts of cruelty out of 43 horses, that was very, very disheartening, disturbing.
Charles Burrell standing in front of the judge, not admitting responsibility, but acknowledging there is enough evidence against him to be found guilty. Burrell was arrested back in June on 43 counts of second-degree animal cruelty, 34 of those now dismissed. Investigators saying he abandoned the horses without any food or water on the Mercer County farm. While Mr. Burrell did not want to comment, his attorney did answer some questions and said his client had reservations about taking the deal because he feels he is not the responsible party but does not have the financial means to fight the charges.
He thinks that he's being railroaded. He thinks that it's unjust. He relied on others. This was kind of his daughter's thing, you know.
His daughter, horse trainer Maria Burrell, also charged back in June with 43 counts of second-degree animal cruelty. She is still on the run, but because that is a misdemeanor, she cannot be brought back here to Kentucky to face those charges. In Mercer County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. Now, as part of Burrell's plea deal, he will serve 2 years on probation, forfeit any rights to the 43 horses that were seized, and his bond payment of $4,300 will go toward the care providing to his horses.
A scathing report today by the state auditor found questionable spending by the Department of Criminal Justice Training. The report also found improper contracts with Eastern Kentucky University. The department provides training to law enforcement officers throughout the state. State Auditor Mike Harmon says the department was asking for more money than needed to train the officers. That led to a surplus of funds, which the auditor says was being spent inappropriately. We'll have much more on this story coming up on WKYT News at 12:30. And a Lexington daycare is facing sanctions after investigators found that employees were hitting children as part of a so-called game. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services says 2 male staff members at New Creation Child Care would play a game called Smack for a Snack. Children would only get yogurt if they let the men hit them with a stick on their leg or hand. Investigators say at least 2 children were left with bruises from that game. Investigators also say the daycare has too many children in its school-age room and had no record of when kids came or left. The daycare is now under intermediate sanctions, which call for increased monitoring. Police have charged 1 staff member with second-degree assault.
The sentencing for an Ohio man accused of plotting to attack the U.S. Capitol in support of ISIS has been rescheduled. Christopher Lee pleaded guilty last month to 3 charges. FBI agents say they arrested Lee in January of 2015 after he bought 2 M15 assault weapons and ammunition. Cornell's sentencing was scheduled for October 31st. It has now been moved to December 15th. Kentucky's former Personnel Cabinet Secretary Tim Longmire is scheduled to be sentenced this afternoon. Longmire pleaded guilty to a federal bribery charge in April after admitting his role in a kickback scheme. Democratic activist and political consultant Larry O'Brien also pleaded guilty to bribery in connection with the case. Prosecutors say Longmire enlisted O'Brien to take part in the scheme. O'Brien is to be sentenced in January.
Well, it's pretty gloomy outside right now.
Well, it depends on where you are. You know, I think I saw some sunshine here and there. Those clouds, though, are sort of hanging around, and it doesn't really look like it's going to be warming up much at all today. Let's go to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris. He's live at our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that typically we're in the mid-70s, and we are nowhere near that. Look over toward Moorhead. We may not get out of the 50s today, as we're at 55 degrees right now in Moorhead. London 57. I believe London will at least reach 60 degrees when it's all said and done. But nonetheless, I mean, there's not much rain out there as of right now, but you look far eastern Kentucky, get off toward Lewis County, Carter County, and down toward Elliott County, and now working its way off into, just moving to northern Knott and also southern portions of, say, Magoffin County. That's where we're seeing some of that rain. But for the most part, about 80% of the viewing area really not experiencing any rain right now. And this model's picking up on this pretty well. And you'll see that slowly come in from the east. As you can see, really clipping part of 68 and a AA highway, moving just north of Lexington. Remember, I said this morning on WKYT this morning, not everybody's going to see rain today. But if you do, watch out for a passing like shower or even a thunderstorm. This is what we're seeing back toward the east. And there it goes. It continues just to churn right over us. I'm going to show you when this actual system moves on out of here, because that's what's happening. We have a system right over us. So when does this move out? Because that'll take the rain along with it. I'll show you that, and even some much cooler temperatures tomorrow coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Micah, thank you. The state has released its annual accountability report of Kentucky schools, and Fayette County saw its scores drop this year. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner has a breakdown of the numbers as well as what they might mean for the district.
Fayette County Schools test results have dropped from proficient where it was last year to needs improvement where the district was 2 years ago. Its overall score for 2016 is down from the 2014-2015 score of 66.7 out of 100. The 2016 score sits at 64.9. 29 schools in the county are listed as needing improvement, and 17 are listed as either distinguished or progressing. Bryan Station is among the bottom 10 high schools in the state of Kentucky. Squires Elementary saw the biggest decline in scores. Conversely, Rosa Parks is among the top 10 schools in the state, and William Wells Brown has made huge strides since 2014. Its scores are up more than 16%. After reviewing overall scores, Superintendent Manning Kalk released a statement saying, "These scores are another piece of evidence that the district's previous plan for accelerating the achievement of all students did not work. He went on to say the district is 3 months into its new strategies, and he's confident they're making the right changes. When asked if the superintendent would be able to answer further questions on camera, we were told no. In Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Now for a look at all test scores, you can find a link at WKYT.com. Well, when teachers plan for their school years, a lot of thought goes into how each lesson will be conveyed to those young minds.
And one Clark County 6th grade teacher students are learning lessons this year that go far beyond the classroom. It's a lesson in compassion. In Christy Blackwell's language arts classroom at Baker Intermediate, stories and learning come to life. Most students describe her as their favorite teacher who can make any activity fun. Blackwell loves teaching, and her fellow teachers love her.
I love teaching. When I was a little girl, I used to play school all the time.
She makes you feel like when you're talking to her that you're the only one in the world. She just makes you feel very special and that she really cares.
Something more needs to be
Now,
done.
coming up tonight at 6 on WKYT News, the tough battle that this beloved teacher has ahead and how her journey is teaching her students and fellow staff a lesson to take far beyond the classroom. That's coming up later today. Should be a very interesting story.
Absolutely, and we wish her the very best.
We have an update for you this afternoon on the water outage in eastern Rockcastle County. That's coming up on WKYT News at noon, Kentucky's #1 midday news.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. We have an encouraging update to pass along this afternoon out of Rockcastle County.
We told you Monday about a break-in at the eastern Rockcastle water line, a break there. It caused the running water for about 50 homes to stop. And today we've learned that the running water now has been restored to all of the homes there. It took crews days to fix the leak because they were having a hard time finding it. Visitation is today for a Kentucky State Trooper who was killed in an accident. Investigators say 24-year-old Trooper Mason Flynn died Monday after falling through a barn roof and hitting his head. He was off duty at the time. Visitation for Flynn is today at 4 o'clock at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset, and his funeral will be there tomorrow morning at 11. Flynn's family is asking that donations be made to Shop with a Trooper in his name at the KSP Post 11 in London. Local firefighters visited some Lexington school kids today to teach them important lessons about fire safety.
Kids at Lexington Montessori School got to have a close-up look at the crew's gear and, of course, the fire trucks leading up to Fire Prevention Week and the Fire Prevention Festival. The head of the school says the day is all about teaching children to be safe at home with fire.
What we hope to get out of today is more hands-on learning for these children, because that's what Montessori is.
Tucker says the day is also about helping kids learn that firefighters are friends, not people to fear.
All right, keep that in mind. And we're keeping on top of this story that's developing this hour. At least 3 people are dead, more than 100 injured after a commuter train crashed into a New Jersey terminal.
The latest details on that coming up when WKYT Midday News continues at 12:30.
We have a few storms back toward our east, but what's going to happen here is this slowly but surely spreads eastbound. And we'll start to see that at least across central and northern zones here in the next few hours, and much, much cooler conditions. I'll show you that and your weekend forecast coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We are in the 50s and 60s outside right now. And let me tell you this, we go throughout the rest of the afternoon, we're going to be holding on to the 60s for the most part. But, you know, some of us over toward Moorhead, heck, you guys may not even get out of the 50s today. You're 55 degrees there in Moorhead and Rowan County, and 57 now in London. But you have some rain around you guys, too. And so that's not going to help you out at all. But I'm telling you this, I mean, you step outside, it actually feels really nice. We go throughout the rest of your day, and we'll start to see this area. That's the area we're watching for. This area slowly but surely kind of spread out a little bit more and move off into the central and northern zones at least. Some pretty heavy downpours coming out of Grayson, moving northbound. This will move off into Ohio very shortly. But Vanceburg, more than likely, you'll at least get clipped by some of this. The bulk of it actually stays just to the east of you guys, but you'll at least get clipped by some of it. You still got some down toward the south. The heaviest part does not roll through Salyersville, actually rolls just to the east of you guys. but Salyersville, you'll at least get a few showers, a couple of sprinkles here and there, at least. And this model's picking up on this pretty well. I mean, you can see the eastern side, that's where we're seeing a lot of that rain, but look at it just kind of spread out just a little bit. Remember, not everybody sees rain today, but most of us will, and we'll be there in the low to mid 60s. So it's going to be one of those days, it's just going to be well below average. We head off into the evening and night, the rain doesn't go away. Head off into tomorrow. Tomorrow's one of those days that most of us stay dry, but we can't rule out still a few showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. But you can obviously see there's not much going on, and even heading off into the evening, this has been consistent with the past few weather models, saying, well, there's really not a great chance during Friday night football. But here's what I want you to see. 55 degrees there by kickoff. Kickoff being 7:30, depending on which location you're at. That's pretty chilly. Hot cocoa will be needed. 67 there on Saturday. The bulk of the rain on Saturday should be the first half of the day. Second half of the day, you're still going to have that chance, but it fades away the deeper you go off into Saturday. So 70 degrees there on Sunday, and it looks really good. Your 7-day forecast shapes up like this. Guys, the next 3 days with those rain chances and much cooler, but Sunday off into next week, it looks fantastic and feels great too. It's got to give and take.
Yeah, all right. Looks good for next week. We'll enjoy that and deal with the rain in the meantime. And we're coming back. Buzz Baker's here. That's the highlight of the day. A debut fit for a Heisman winner. We're going to show you.
And a big hitter from Kentucky makes a triumphant return. Dave Baker has sports next.
Let's check stocks as we head to break this afternoon. The major market indicators down some.
One of my favorite sports memories here in Kentucky is the 2008 Ryder Cup at Valhalla. And tomorrow, a Kentuckian who was on that team will try to help Team USA bring the cup back home again. Europe has won 8 of the last 11 Ryder Cups, and Campbellsville native J.B. Holmes was on the team when the Americans won at Valhalla. Since then, he's battled so much. He underwent brain surgery and then won again on the PGA Tour, and now he's back at the Ryder Cup.
It was scary at times, for sure, but didn't let it get too far ahead. I just looked to, hey, I got to get this done and then work hard to get back. And then I was back. I was like, okay, now I got to get back to winning. And so just took it in steps. I mean, I didn't look at, oh, I'm having brain surgery now. 4 years, I want to be playing the Ryder Cup. I mean, that's obviously a goal that you want to do, but you kind of do it in steps.
Only thing worse than playing Alabama? Well, it's playing Alabama at home. Only thing worse than playing Alabama at home is playing Alabama at home on homecoming. That's just a couple of reasons. Bama is a big favorite over the Cats on Saturday, but Nick Saban, he's a master at making sure his team's ready, no matter whether they're big favorites or on the occasion when they're underdogs. Saban's also a guy that's not into coach speak, so when he says he likes the Cats, he means it.
Mark Stoops has done a really good job of sort of finding out who they are and how they want to play, and they played really well in the last 2 games. Really good skilled players on offense, really good running backs, wide receivers. You know the stats, they're explosive guys. They have pretty impressive performances to this point.
And now it's on to Saturday in Tuscaloosa, 7 o'clock kickoff. The game will be on ESPN. And finally, Tim Tebow made his debut in pro baseball yesterday. First pitch he saw in his first at bat at Port St. Lucie, he homered to left center field. Tebow, who hasn't played organized baseball since junior high, is getting his shots with the Mets Instructional League team. He's 29 and an analyst for the SEC network. I mean, only Tebow would do something like that. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Averill, former Wildcat defensive tackle Corey C.J. Johnson. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Guys, much more on the Ryder Cup opening ceremonies and things coming up a bit later. That and much more, and we will be live tonight at 6:30 over at Tent City as folks camp out for those Big Blue Madness tickets. That's coming up later today. But for now, that's a look at sports on this Thursday.
All right, Buzz. Been enjoying catching you there at 6:30, by the way. So there you go. Keep it here now.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
3 people are dead after a commuter train crash in New Jersey today. Plus,
the Kentucky Auditor announces his findings in a recent examination of the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training. Hear why he says changes need to be made.
Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $30 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is $70 million.